So it depends on who gets elected in November. That's essential. And the Israelis, considering the Bibi government, which is completely crazy, they cannot do something by themselves. First of all, they don't have the capability. They need overfly rights over Iraq, and Iraq is not going to give that to them. Forget it. The Obama administration doesn't want a strike against Iran, and that they have been saying explicitly. Even Obama has been saying that explicitly. So Israel cannot do it behind the U.S. back. Absolutely out of the question. But after January 2013, that's a completely different story. And the GCC, in fact, when they say that they want a regime change in Iran, they don't know what that might happen inside the GCC itself, because the Shiite minorities in the GCC and the people who don't have political participation in the GCC, they also will want regime change in the region. Don't forget that these are autocracies. They treat their own people, like in Bahrain, like garbage. And in other places, like in Saudi Arabia, in fact, they don't even treat them. They are completely isolated. People, the Shiites who live in the eastern province near Bahrain. And in other places like the Emirates, there's not even an indigenous class. Most people are guest workers from India, Nepal, Bangladesh, and they are treated like, not even as citizens, like fifth-class people, So obviously they'll start having ideas as well.
Right. Wow. Anything else you want to add before we have to run?
Let's say that we were almost at a tipping point a few days ago because things are really, really scary. I think there's going to be a lull. If they go back to the table within the next few days to discuss the nuclear program, this could be a good thing, as long as the Iranians are not pressed against the wall. There are elections in March, so nobody's going to attack a country in the middle of elections. And then we'll have to wait to what's going to happen in summer. If the U.S. EU embargo, oil embargo, goes on, then the whole thing will be really, really hot all over again.
Well, I personally think Obama could possibly start a war in order to increase his re-election chances. The only Republican that I think we have a chance of no war going would be with Ron Paul, because he has openly said he will talk with the Iranians, and he thinks we should talk with the Iranians, and it's stupid not to talk to them.
Absolutely, it's a very sound approach from Ron Paul, and no wonder he's so popular, because in terms of foreign policy, he's the anti-war candidate. He's the only one Republican anti-war candidate, and all over the world, people are starting to pay attention to Ron Paul because of that.
Yep. Well, he's an extreme traveler with a nose for news. As Pepe Escobar, thank you very much for joining us from Thailand. We'll see you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, the exercises and the war games continue in the Mideast, and we will see what's going to happen. We got somebody over there on the inside. Pepe Escobar was telling me earlier that he's applying to try and get into Iran to be a press correspondent there. So if he does get in, we will have someone on the inside to tell us what's going on. Now, before we go to break, we're going to come back with Mike Adams. We're going to go to our quote of the day, and it's from Henry Ford Sr., inventor of the assembly line. And he said, "It is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system. For if they did, I would believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning." And that's Henry Ford Sr., and he's absolutely right. If people understood what was going on in the Federal Reserve and how our dollar is pretty much worthless, even though other countries think it's very valuable and use it to trade oil, there would be revolution before morning. But they keep us in the dark, they keep us dumb, and you know what they do to mushrooms. They feed them a lot of BS. So we'll be right back after this break. It's Infowars Nightly News, and I'm your host, Rob Dew. Today is Friday, January 20th, 2012.
What's up with these sorry politicians? Lots of bark. But when it's showtime, whimpering like little shih tzus. You want big cuts. Ron Paul's been screaming it for years. Budget crisis? No problem. Got $1 trillion year one. That's trillion with a T. Department of Education? Gone. Interior, Energy, HUD, Commerce? Gone. Later, bureaucrats. That's how Ron Paul rolls. Want to drain the swamp? Ron Paul.